Okay, so let's all wave to the people that couldn't make it. All right, they can watch later. So as I mentioned, we're going to be making a couple of quick meals. We should be about 20 minutes here. So back to introducing myself. My name's Tara Larson. I have been with Epicure now for 23 years and just loving it more and more every day. And I love that we can help so many people with meal solutions. Our sales have been up to 250%. I guess we're filling a niche that people really need. But I mean, all I know is, especially if I was, a young girl in her 20s and all of a sudden I got told I had to cook every night, I would be turning to Epicure too, because I'd be just going, okay, I'm going to pick one of these packets and I'm going to make it. Because it also, not only ready in 20 minutes, but it offers inspiration. So when I got started with Epicure, I just wanted to get my lemon dilly. Haven't you tried lemon dilly? My favorite. And so I got started with the company with no real intentions of building a business out of it. And, here we are 23 years later. I wanted to stay home with my daughter. So I thought for a while, well, I'll just do that till she goes to kindergarten, like a lot of moms do. But by then I was making a 6-figure income and I was having a ton of fun working 20 hours a week. And I'm like, well, no one's going to pay me to do accounting, like 20 hours a week. They're not going to pay me 6 figures. So I thought, well, I'll just do this till nobody wants to have an Epicure party. And here I am. She's just finished university and she's out in the working world. And so never did go back to that corporate career. But so that's kind of my story. Epicure also, one of the niches that we're filling is a business opportunity for people that want to work from home. A pandemic-proof business is what we're calling ourselves, where you can make some extra cash while helping people out. And boy, do we need people. Not only do we need people in our field, we need people at our head office. So if you all know anyone in Victoria that would like to work for Epicure's home office, they are hiring. And they give bonuses. That's why I'm telling y'all, because you get bonuses. I think they give products. So make sure that if you send anyone that way, you let them know. I also give referrals. So if maybe this isn't something for you and you know someone that it might be, refer me, have them contact me. I don't like cold calling people or that kind of thing, but have them contact me and say, Colleen sent me or whoever it was, and I give you treats for your referral. I like to reward referrals. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to tip it down a bit so you can see what I'm doing over here. So I'm just going to make sure I get into the frame what I want you all to see. Oh, look, you can still see me. So what I'm going to start with, can you still all hear me okay?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so what I'm going to start with is I'm going to make myself a turmeric latte. This actual recipe is in our catalog. I'll just grab it. It's called a double the turmeric latte, or twice the turmeric latte. Looks like this. Yum. And it's got a few of our products in it. So I use my Keurig. Oh, there's the coffee from this morning. Better get rid of that. Okay, so I just use my Keurig machine to make hot water. I don't, pull the kettle out and all that kind of stuff. But if you have a kettle, that'll work. So I'm going to take one of our turmeric ginger latte tea bags and our golden milk. These are two of the tea blends that we carry. A lot of our tea blends have health benefits in addition to just tasting great. So this is our golden milk. These teas are, of course, really good for inflammation and stuff like that. Turmeric, right? So I'm going to get that brewing. So I'm going to put it on 12. I like a big mug of tea at night. And then what I add is a splash of, you could use cream, milk, like kind of whatever thing you use. I use coconut beverage. I can't do dairy, so I'm just going to put a splash of that in there. And then you can top it with cinnamon or our apple pie, or if you've been watching the Tinsel Tuesday sales, I think I've got an inclination that maybe the pumpkin pie is going to come back. I don't know for sure, but keep your eyes peeled for that. So I'm going to use apple pie because it's kind of a little more eclectic than the cinnamon, and it just tastes and smells like apple pie. I know, here, everybody smell. Can you just envision apple pie? Okay, so I'm going to put a bit of that in there. Oops. So I just throw it in there. And then the last thing we're going to top it with is a grind of our turmeric black pepper. Now you might be thinking, oh, that's weird in tea, black pepper and turmeric. If I forget this part, I notice that something's missing. It's actually really good. And this is our turmeric black pepper blend. It's tastes like black pepper, really. And it adds the turmeric that it was really good for your inflammation and things like that into everything that you eat. So this is finished now. So I'm just going to put my grind of pepper onto it. There we go. It's finished up. And then I just let it steep. And the nice thing about these tea bags, because it's not our green tea, that's the one you have to worry about, or anything with black tea in it because it'll get bitter. I'm just going to let it steep like that. And there we go. I take one of these into the bath with me. Oh, this is my cup. I don't know if you can all read it. It might be backwards. It says, day drinking from a mug to keep things professional. This is my office cup. So that's how easy it is to make these lattes. And so that's my dessert a lot of nights is I have a tea latte. But on special occasions, I want to have something a little more substantial. So I've got...
Tara?
Yeah?
Can I stop you for 1 second?
Yeah.
Manik and Dana are both trying to get into the presentation.
Oh, did they get back out?
In.
They must have got themselves out. Okay.
Yeah, Manik went out and now she's trying to reconnect, and Dana's been trying, but she couldn't get in, so.
Okay, well, she's joining right now. There's a waiting room. I don't know why it does that, but.
Okay.
If you see anyone else, let me know. Okay. So for a more elaborate dessert, I've got, these are the pumpkin spice muffins. Now, isn't it pumpkin spice everything right now? I love these. I actually make them and I put the cream cheese right inside. All you do is fill them halfway and then put a dollop. And actually the easiest thing to do is make your cream cheese mixture. So it's just really sweetened cream cheese. And I avoid sugar. So, oh, someone's got some background noise. It looks like Monique. Okay, perfect. There we go. We've got you muted. So anyways, and then I put it into a Ziploc bag and cut the corner, and then I just pipe a little dollop, and then you fill the rest of the muffin cup, if you're wondering how they make those ones like at Tim Hortons and places like that. So you can make your own, and you can know what's in them, and there's no edible lard or, edible oil products or lard or things like that. Of course, as you know, Epicure, all of their mixes are not only gluten-free, and you wouldn't know it, they're super, super moist. At first, when I thought, oh, gluten-free, I thought, yeah, I don't know, gluten-free, I've had some things that are gluten-free and they're kind of dry. The carrot cake is so moist that you just would not have any idea it was gluten-free. The chocolate cupcakes, if you're going to get really decadent, are delicious. And it's like, I don't know if you've ever had that miracle chocolate cake that's made with mayonnaise. And it's just like so moist, similar. And of course, if you want that icing that's depicted on the front of the bag, chocolate fudge is a must. And that's the icing that they've got piped on there. Although you could use any buttercream icing, but the chocolate fudge just takes it right over the top. We also have sweet banana bread for banana bread muffins or banana loaves, and of course the carrot cake. So those are some different desserts. Another dessert I make that's super...
Tara, can I interrupt for a minute, please?
Yeah.
Do you use the paper liners in those muffin cups, or is the silicone you don't need them?
What a great question, Gail. So you don't need them because it's silicone, so it doesn't stick, and you don't have to grease it either. So
excellent.
Easy. And these come as a set of 2. And you know what else these are really good for? Because, you know, look how they're shaped. If you're doing like a burger or a hot dog night, you can put all your condiments in here and spoons. And then, you know, like if people are double dipping or, you know, because you know how people sometimes take their knife and they dip it into your mustard or something. And you're like, oh, you already touched other things with that. So here you can dole out, you know, kind of do this up with your condiments. And then people can add their own. What a neat little way to do that, eh?
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So, so those are good. Another dessert that I make that I really, really enjoy is with our Power Up protein blend. Now this is with fava bean, pea protein and fava bean. So it's a vegan protein blend. The chocolate is so good. I had this morning. It's like a chocolate shake. And what I do is I take it, I mix it up, and then I add a little bit, of chia. So it works out to about a cup of liquid to 2 tablespoons of chia. Chia is one of the best sources of fiber out there for us. Like, I mean, 1 tablespoon has a ton of fiber in it. It's 4 grams of fiber in a tablespoon. That's huge for 1 tablespoon of something. So, and it makes like a thickened pudding. You can use chia instead of eggs too in a lot of recipes with water, like a chia gel. Anyways, I love it. I like the little seeds, but some people go, oh, I don't like little seeds and stuff. So you can get ground chia, or you can just take it and put it in your coffee grinder, or you can put it in a magic bullet. And then it makes a smooth pudding. So, but I like the little bits. It kind of reminds me of nuts. So anyways.
Epicure doesn't sell the chia though, do they?
They don't sell chia, no.
No.
So, however, what we do have is, I'm just trying to see if it's on my thing here. Everything bagel, that has chia in it. Our southern,
I have that every day, yes.
Yes, it's so good. Our southern baked, chicken coating and fish coating, it has chia in it. So we incorporate chia into a lot of our items because it is so healthy. So there's some ideas for healthy desserts and healthier desserts. Because you know, Epicure is all low sugar and low sodium too. So there's a quarter of the sugar in those bake mixes as there is in like your store-bought or that kind of thing. So it's a non-guilty indulgence. So I'm going to get these things out of the way and so we can get going on our dinner. I put this here because I just had to tell you about this. We're not using this in our class tonight, but this is something new. So these are quarter baking pans. But they're actually half the size of an actual baking pan. But it's a whole baking thing. I guess a normal size baking pan that we use is actually a half size baking pan for a commercial kitchen. So these are called quarter. But what they're great for, and they, of course, you can get the little mini liners with them. What they're great for is roasted vegetables. You might want to put chicken on one. They come in a set of 2, as do the liners. And you can pop them in your oven. You can pop them. Some people have the little fryers and stuff like that. You can do that. A smaller oven, like a toaster oven. And then if you want whatever you're cooking to sit out of the grease, we now have these inserts as well. It's a wire rack. So say you're making chicken wings and you don't want them frying in the grease. You want that all to be underneath. Then you can put them on this rack. Or if you're doing bacon in the oven, is so super easy. And same thing, you can do it on the rack. And the little mat has lips so that it catches all of that. And then all you have to do is pull that out or let it cool and then just scrape things off. And then I just throw that on the top of my dishwasher, over top of the dishes, and they come clean beautifully. And it's like parchment paper. So we do have those for the full-size bake sheets as well. Anyways, what I do like is if you use these liners, your baking pans will look brand new, like forever, because nothing builds up on them. They're absolutely clean. I mean, if I've made chicken on them or something, I will give them a wash, but you barely have to because the liner keeps it all clean. So had to tell you about that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get to our main dinner, and I'm all about quick. So today was golf day, and so when I got home, I knew I had this class at 7. I'm like, oh, what can I do quick? So I had tonight the African sweet potato stew, my new favorite. And when I first looked at it, I thought, I don't know if I like that. It has peanut butter in it. I don't think I'll like that because I'm not a big fan of peanut butter. However, you can't even taste the peanut butter. It just adds a warmth to this really, really fragrant, you know, I can't even describe it as curry because it's not curry. It's like an African blend of spices. Anyway, it's my new favorite. And what I do, because I'm often cooking for one, unless I have company over. So what I do is I make this, and this makes 6 servings. So I have a serving for dinner. Maybe I'll have it for lunch the next day. I always like to cook once and at least eat twice. Wouldn't you all agree? That's a good thing to do. I cook once and eat once. So anyways, and then what I do is I take Ziploc bags, the freezer kind, and I portion it out with the rest of the portions, zip them closed, get all the air out, lay them flat, and they're literally like this. And I stack them in my freezer. And so I have a stack of African stew. I have a stack of Aztec tortilla soup, which is another one of my favorite ones, which is a Mexican soup. I have like, you know, taco meat. I'll make in the steamer a large size taco meat, 6 servings, and I bag it into bags. Now, if you have a family of 2 of you, you can bag it into bags for 2. Or keep it in ones, and then you can, you know, maybe you go, well, I feel like tacos tonight, and your hubby or other says, I will want soup. Great. You heat up a soup, I'll heat up a taco, we're both good to go. But that's what happens when you come home and you're just like, I don't have time, or I don't feel like cooking tonight. So instead of, you know, skip the dishes or ordering out, you can save yourself a huge amount. These work out to $3.50 per meal. And that includes your grocery cost. And some of them are less expensive. That's on average. So we also have meal kits like our Mexican and our Greek. They're full meal kits with a bunch of different seasonings in them. They make 48 meals each kit. And they work out to about $3.60 per meal. But when you compare that to any of the meal delivery companies, we're talking $9, $10, sometimes $11, you know, and sometimes it's not so fresh. So, and I do believe you get 2 days to use those. So why not buy your own groceries? If you really don't want to buy your own groceries, order online and you just drive up and they put the bags in your car. I don't know if you've all used that service yet. But anyway, so super, super easy. We've got so many to choose from. Mac and cheese. Do you know that one of the biggest things I learned when our mac and cheese first came out was that KD that I grew up on, that, you know, I gave my daughter, that I'm sure my mom gave her grandkids, is full of MSG. And I'm like, what? We all avoid MSG like the plague, and what the heck? How could they do that to us? And, but if you look on the back of a box, and I'm sure you all have one in your cupboard, or you may, or maybe you've already become wise to this, it's MSG's right on there. And they don't even try and hide it. So Epicure mac and cheese. One, it's made from real cheese. Imagine that, mac and cheese. And it doesn't have the dyes. It's white, like cheese is supposed to be. And again, super, super delicious. It's 100 calories a serving, like really, no, sorry. It's 50 calories a serving. The Alfredo is 100 calories a serving. And Sylvie has this little trick way of making her creamy sauces taste like they're made with cream when they're actually prepared with skim milk. So why would you get ours instead of making it from scratch? Well, that. So unless you have that little secret, whatever her secret is, it's hard to make them taste that good. Okay, so that's some stuff on our meal plan. So tonight I'm making a Thai stir fry. this is a go-to that I love to do. And I make our new sweet garlic chicken. So good, so good. Or I do this Thai stir fry, which I'm doing tonight. And I just like the spices on it. I don't even make up the sauce. I just sprinkle it on just like so. And I'm gonna make shrimp. And so I've just, these are West Coast side stripe shrimp. Don't you love living on the West Coast? We get access to this. I tell you, when I was in Wyoming, they're like, you can get seafood from Walmart. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Quit rubbing it in, Tara.
Oh, Saskatchewan, sorry. Okay. Well, but hey, you're close enough. You could probably order. So the first thing we're going to start with is a salad. So I've made up just a quick salad. These prep bowls, these 4-cup prep bowls, I don't know how I can live without them, because on Sundays, I do meal prep. And what I prep is things like this, like salads. So I make.
There's somebody else, I think, trying to get in. There's a notice on the group text that you sent. I think it's Dana again.
There's nobody in the waiting room at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But Dana's not in there. I did let her in twice. I don't know why it's not bringing people in, but the waiting room's empty at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, but thank you for.
You're welcome.
So anyways, so I make my salads. So I make a big salad, I portion it out. There's these wonderful lids. Put the lids on, and you put it on, and they stack in the fridge. Done, easy, finished. And of course, you're making them for the amount of people that you have in your household. So tonight, I've got my salad. Then I usually make our balsamic vinaigrette, one of my favorites. I don't even use balsamic with it. I just make it into like an Italian. Greek is another choice that we have. Sesame ginger. Now my sesame ginger I use as a dipping sauce for everything Asian. So delicious. And so I always try to start with a salad, some greens, something with spinach in it. And now I'm just going to turn my pan on here and get this started. And I'm using a non-stick pan, but I always add a little bit of, coconut oil. I use this natural one. This is an organic version but you could also just use coconut oil or that kind of thing. I just like to give it a little spray just to make sure it doesn't stick. So now I'm going to put this down even further just so you can see what I'm doing right here. Can you all see? See my hands?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so couple of things. So this is the Epicure cutting board. I love it because you see these little feet? They've got those on both sides so it doesn't budge. I like that bit. So this is also our ceramic knife. And what I love about it is it's ergonomic. And I use that to chop. So I've chopped my mushrooms up here. Although I could have also used the Epicure slicer. I love this slicer. It slices things so easily. So like cucumber salads. I mean, you can make the salad up like this in minutes. And there is, I think I have mine here, or no, it's in the other drawer. There is a hand guard thing. So you don't have to worry about cutting yourself. But what I like about ours is it's super sharp. And ours is under $30. You can't get them for that with 4 different attachments. So however you want to cut your veggies up, but the newest, latest, greatest are the Epicure shears. And the neat thing about those is there's a lot of things in your kitchen that it's easier just to cut. Green beans, pizza, who would have thought? Pizza, where you actually cut the pizza instead of, when you use a pizza cutter and it drags all the toppings over to the other side, or you have to kind of like go really slow and, so scissors. And I'm just going to cut up, this is broccolini, and I've rinsed it, and I just cut it. Throw away the ends, there you go. Super, super quick and simple. So anything like that you can easily cut, use kitchen shears. And make these your kitchen shears, so they're only used for food prep. Okay, so our pan's getting hot. So I'm gonna do this super, super quick for you. I've got some in our little steamer. How many of you have a steamer? How many can you live without your steamer? Oh my gosh. I love mine. So I've got some noodles that I'm going to put my stir fry on. It takes a minute to heat them up in there. But I call this the lunch size steamer because you can take a raw piece of chicken in it and some vegetables, and it's 4 minutes in the microwave at work. Or if you're working from home now, of course, this is a good little side dish one. It's also really, really good for making loaves in. It's a loaf pan, silicone loaf pan. And then, of course, you can just put the lid on and it stores nicely. So once you've made that, oh, here goes my pan. So I'm just gonna get that over here. And then I've also got my large size steamer. And my large size steamer I use for everything. I cook whole chickens in it. And if y'all haven't seen November, the Hostess special for November is a full-size silicone chicken cooker, and it looks just like this, but it's round. Many people in line for that one. So when you book your class for end of October or November, or even Colleen and Gail, you can save your Hostess benefits and purchase the November special. It's a big roasted chicken thing with roasted chicken seasoning, which is a new thing for Epicure. But I just love this because I do corn on the cob in it, 6 corns on the cob, 6 minutes. And I do vegetables, I do, oh my gosh, rice, quinoa. There's so many things. Anybody have anything that they use their steamer for? Oh, look, everybody's muted.
Popcorn?
Popcorn. How could I forget? 1/3 cup of kernels, put the lid on, in the microwave, 5 minutes.
Perfect.
Super simple. Easy peasy and done. And then you can just add butter if you want. I am adding my mushrooms and my broccoli because I want this to be super fast. So I'm just going to steam those for 2 minutes. What I like about steamed vegetables in here, especially like things that usually people boil the flavor out of, like corn on the cob or potatoes, is once you start making them in here, they have so much flavor. You'll think, oh, I found the best corn ever. No, it's just you didn't boil all the flavor out of it. So super easy to make your vegetables, to make those tacos I talked about. Tacos ready in 3 minutes. Fajitas ready. Oh, there's Dana again. Let's try and get her in. She's knocking at the door. Dana, are you in? It looks like she's here. Anyway, okay, well, I'll carry on. So, so super simple for that. Now I'm going to get our shrimp started stir frying. And I'm just gonna put this back on the heat. And I'm gonna tilt this down a bit so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just quickly stir frying these shrimp. They don't take long at all. I love adding 3 onion to everything. So I'm gonna add a bit of 3 onion. I'm gonna add a bit of roasted garlic, because hey, it's shrimp, that'll be delicious. A little bit of that. And I love topping it with our garlic onion, which has nutritional yeast in it. Does anyone know what nutritional yeast is good for? B12. So it's really good for energy, B12 vitamins. Now I've got my vegetables that I quickly steamed in here. See how they're steaming. And one of the neat things that I learned about, you know, people are like, well, how do you drain the liquid and stuff out of your steamer? And so one of our fellow consultants showed me, and I'm just gonna grab a towel here. I'll do a little call out to Sue Ann here. Here's my Norwet's kitchen towel. And you hold it like this, squeeze it together, and pour it out. Isn't that amazing? And you're not burning yourself. And the Norwex cloths work great for that. And also then it's not like it's all wobbly and you're trying to drain a hot liquid out of it and you burn yourself. So just fold it together, drain. Okay, so I'm gonna just throw these into my stir fry. There we go. Gonna grab my Thai stir fry. Got my seasoning there, and I'm gonna add that seasoning. Oh, and I can smell it. Oh my gosh, it has like lemongrass and stuff like that in it. It's so delicious. And pretty much it's just a couple of more minutes and then that's ready. I've got some bean sprouts. Bean sprouts are always good on a stir fry, but you don't want to add those till like the very end. You just really want to take the cold off of them. Otherwise, you know, they get all strong. So there we are. Instant stir fry, so good. And if you could smell this, like the spices in the Thai, it's got lemongrass and cilantro. So, and you could make the peanut sauce out of this as well if you're, you know, liking the peanut. And I mean, how much do I add? Maybe a tablespoon? And a package lasts me forever too, because I use it as a spice. So there's another versatile way to use our blends. And I'm gonna take that off the heat because that's how fast it's ready. So there's our Thai stir fry. One last thing I want to talk about, and I always forget, so I'm going to tell you now, is the roll up rack. So I had this on my stove beside my cooking surface because it's got silicone on it, so it's heat safe. So if you have what are these called? Ceramic top stove. You can put this on one side if you're cooking on the other, and then, you know, put your pots and things on it. What I really like about it, and I can't really show you because I don't know how I could get you over to see my sink, but it sits on top of your sink like this. And then covers up one half of your sink, and now it's like a dish drainer because it's taut. So it'll sit there and you can put glasses on it, you can put vegetables and things like that and rinse it. It runs through because it's slotted. I use this in my RV. It gives me more counter space because when I'm not using my sink as a sink, it's now a countertop where I can rinse vegetables and things like that. And when you're not using it, voila, it folds up like that. Throw it in a cupboard. But you know what? Mine sits on the sink all the time. I don't know how I cannot have it on the sink because it's really, really convenient to have things to wash vegetables and things. So that is our class for tonight. I'd like to open it up for questions at the end. So who has a question? Or who has you know, a share that they want to share about their favorite Epicure product or something that, you know, that you've used over the years?
Hi, Tara.
Oops. Oh. I have one question is how can we access this video after it's not live?
Okay, so I'm going to upload it to YouTube, and then I'm going to put the YouTube link in Colleen and Gail's events on Facebook. And if you're not on there, if you were on, I think Colleen had a text group, I'll text the YouTube link there so you can watch on your computer.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Tara. I'm Dory. Thank you for the invite. I'm a consultant in Barrier now, and I've been there around for about 13 years. Yeah. My comment is to do with your rectangular steamer. My in-laws are 90 and 93 years old. They live in their own home, and my father-in-law uses the rectangular steamer daily. Right. All his vegetables and his potatoes, he's just in love with it. Okay. So easy for them to use and to have their meal ready. Thanks again.
Yeah, no, that's great. It is. And you know what? My mom was the same. My dad passed away a number of years ago and he was the cook. So she promptly put on 70 pounds, like 70 pounds. And she said, well, I'm eating out all the time because I don't cook. And she said, and you know, the meals are enormous, but I don't want to waste. And so anyways, I got her using just then the small steamer because it's just her. And I said, when you go grocery shopping, get individually packed pieces of fish. She likes seafood, get individual, you know, boxes of chicken breasts or chicken thighs. And I said, and all you need to do is put one in here, pick whatever vegetable you want, a few potatoes, Epicure spice over top, 4 minutes. And she literally would tell everyone how she could cook. Now I can cook. Tara taught me how to cook. So, and she every day used her little steamer. Now she uses a larger one because she's decided that it is nice to cook once and eat twice or 3 times. So she makes a little bit more of a portion and does that. So they are very handy for that. Oh, here's one other thing I forgot. This is our collapsible colander. So I always forget to talk about this too, but this is great. Makes a nice hat. No, I'm kidding. And it collapses right down. So great in RVs again, where you don't have a lot of room, or in your kitchen where you want it to lay flat. And then you just punch it out, and it's a great berry bowl or, you know, a colander for your pasta and different things like that. So, okay, any other questions?
I have a comment.
Any hostess specials?
Okay,
so about customer specials.
Okay, so the customer specials in
frozen.
October are our Tinsel Tuesdays, and I know that I sent yesterday's Tinsel Tuesday to y'all, and then next week there's going to be another one, and those will be every Tuesday until mid-November, and those will be exclusive items that we don't have in our catalog. So those are the customer specials for October. Now the thing with the Tinsel Tuesdays is I sent them out to you like ASAP after they're launched. They will go out right at 9 o'clock this next week. We had a bit of a glitch in there, but I got it shortly after 9. But if you see something and you want it, it's like instant. Like that peeler this week sold out in 2 hours. The popcorn collection sold out in 3 hours. The Thanksgiving collection is still available, as are all the other collections. So if you want that as part of your order, you can certainly take those. Collections are still left, but those will come up. So there's a couple of ways that you can order. Colleen has a link and Gail has a link. Or you can send me your list. Just indicate which class it's for, because I have not only these 2 classes going on, but numerous other ones. So I want to make sure that you're attached to the right class. And I will send you back a total. And you can e-transfer me, or you can pay by credit card, and I can call you for that information. E-transferring, I can send you my e-transfer, and that's as easy as that, and it comes right to your door. Perfect. So shipping is $49.99, up to $49.99 is $8.95. Over that is $11.25 up to $99.99, and then it's 11%. So really, they did a really good deal with FedEx. So we get excellent shipping rates. So which I think is amazing, because I mean, I went to Canada Post and had to ship something like that. It was $12.95, like for one salad dressing, and I'm like, what? Okay, I guess I'm paying someone to take that. So the shipping cost is really reasonable, and it's nice that it just arrives right at your door. Shipping times right now are about 3 weeks. It's that time of year, and of course, you know, with other things being involved, but it's 3 weeks to, on the outside, it would be 4 weeks, but well in time for Christmas. So that's the other thing I want to talk about for gifting. If you're doing any gifting, you can direct ship also to somebody that you're buying for. And the neat thing about Epicure is that it's well received and appreciated, because last year they told us people wanted consumables or experiences. They no longer wanted things. So that was, you know, not everybody, but that's the the trend. So of course we can't buy them experiences right now, really. I mean,
Right.
somewhat local, maybe whale watching or something, but you know, we can buy them things that help make their lives easier. So buying them, you know, a steamer and a meal box, or a bunch of the, you know, we have the 3 weeks of dinner collection and a steamer. What a great gift, and what a way to help them feed their families and eat healthier. And you know, it's something that's consumable, because I mean, whether we like to cook or we hate to cook, right now we have to cook. So, you know, there's your 3-week dinners. So lots of ideas there. And of course, they're saying if pretty much shopping for the holidays has started now, and we're about a month faster now than we were last year. So they're telling us, and this isn't just for Epicure, like this Amazon, everything, if you're going to wait until, you know, into November and I'll think about it, they said you may have a lot of things not under the tree. So you, to keep that in mind for anything you're gifting this year, we really have to get organized a whole lot earlier. I just got a Black Friday sale in my inbox. I'm like, Black Friday, isn't that in November? But lots of people are putting on their Black Friday sales. So anyway, and if any of y'all would love to do one of these for your friends, I'd be happy to do one. And I change my classes up weekly. I'm pretty much making my dinner is what I'm doing. And so, but if there's a special request, I can make something in particular as well. So thank you all for coming on. There's going to be a prize draw tonight. So anyone, any orders that come in by midnight are going to go into a prize draw. I'll post that into the groups as well. And the classes will be open. I think the respective dates are on both classes about how long they're open until. And I think that's it. Any other questions?
I just have a comment, Tara. I would like to see the pumpkin spice and the gingerbread, just the individual spices, brought back into the fall catalog.
Right.
Rather than them being part of the gift collections or whatever, because that's something we use year round. And but I don't need all the other items in the gift collection. So
right. Yeah, well, they could be coming down the pipe individually. I'm not quite sure, but you might want to keep your eyes open on those Tinsel Tuesdays. But that is good feedback. I'll give the company that should be a staple that's available.
I agree. Yeah, please.
Awesome. Okay.
I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah, I missed the first part because for some reason I thought it was 10:30 and not 10 o'clock. For me, I'm in Ontario. So, but anyway, so do you have a catalog that I could look at, and where is it?
Yes. So I can send you the online catalog link, which is great because it opens like a real catalog. So it has little pages. You click, you know, so it's not like one of those ones where it's like a computerized catalog. It's like an actual book. So if you, whose party are you on, Sherry?
Gail's.
Gail's, okay. So I will post the catalog link into Gail's event. And then if you're not in that event, Gail can forward that to you, the actual catalog link, you know, the one that opens. It's quite nice. I'm a hard copy catalog kind of girl.
Me too.
I don't mind it at all because it's like, I mean, you can't draw on it. You'd be drawing on a computer, but, but I mean, it opens nicely and you can flip pages back and forth and that kind of thing. So.
Okay.
Okay.
I have another question. So Gail, how does it work? Like, does Gail get orders, or how does that happen? Okay, so Gail has an order link. So Gail can forward you that order link. You've got that, right, Gail?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so she can forward you a link, or you can just get your order to Gail or to myself, and then we will help you with that if you just want to send a list, or sometimes people write a list out and then just take a picture with your phone, or if you have a scanner, or if you want to type it up, you want to call and just tell me what it is. There's numerous ways.
Okay.
Yeah, we're happy to help. So, and in your order, I can, if anyone prefers, I can add a catalog to your order if you want an actual paper catalog. That's a new option that we have, so. Okay, well, thank you again for both Colleen and Gail and all the friends that they invited to this class, and for hosting. I really appreciate it, and I just have so much fun doing these, and I hope you all had fun too.
Thanks, Tara. I appreciate the virtual because we're so many miles apart that it's nice to see you.
Thank you. All right.
Friends.
Okay, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.